happening, everyone? We are back. Happy Wednesday, midweek, getting through it. Crypto being crypto, ups and downs, lefts and right, all that good stuff. How's everyone doing out there? Hope you're doing okay. Hope you're having a great one. I want to talk about PulseX a little bit this week, today, and maybe tomorrow as well. We'll see. But boy, there's some dollars. There's some dollar bills getting locked up here. So this will be a quick one. Get your questions if you have any in the chat. Probably go for maybe 20, 25 minutes or so. But I just wanted to get to chat just a minute. I wanted to share because I feel like there's not enough streams on PulseX, honestly. And I'm not the PulseX expert. I have, maybe I'll get Top Gun or somebody in here to talk more about it as well. But I wanted to cover some of the super maybe overlooked stuff on this too, because it kind of just gets, PulseX was like, the buy and burn, all the, we went over the mechanics a million times and all this stuff, and it's still super cool, interesting. TBD, what Pulse, the actual token will be used for one day. Will there be single side staking? Will there be all these things? We will see. However, earning that sweet ink in the farm, pretty cool. Pretty cool. If you're not sure how to earn ink in the farm, there's about 1 billion videos to show you how. If you go to GoRealDeFi.com, click farming, you can see, there's tons of videos from me, Coffee, a lot of other people, or a lot of other videos as well, detailing how to do this, not just on PulseX, on other DEXs and stuff, too, as far as how to do farming. Earning ink, of course, that's on PulseX itself. And to get there, again, what I do, go Real DeFi, and I click exchange, and that takes me to PulseX. If you click farm, you can see all the farms. Look at that sweet APR going on right now. Looks like the so USDT 70% is the highest right now. We got DAI, USDC, USDT all floating around 65-70%, and the ink farms as well. One strategy people do too is they earn ink, rotate that back in, add more PulseX, all that fun stuff. Sitting around 20-30% APR. Got Hex, and of course the PulseX and Pulse Farm as well. Look at the different weights. Again, I went through detailed streams of how to look at all the stuff. You can do calculator, see the rates, look at the details, all that stuff as well. But pretty cool that we're seeing. By the way, 24-hour green now. Pretty, not just the 30-day, not just the 7-day for Hex, and kind of just neutral or sideways for Pulse on 7-day. Looks like the grayness, but a little bit up. I mean, I think it's even a little bit more earlier as well. So DeFi Llama, I like looking at these different stat sites, and total value locked. Actually, talking about PulseX going for 1 billion TVL. PulseChain is even closer, of course, if you count up all the different DEXs and different pieces that are accumulating TVL, all that good stuff. Pretty cool. And then you could also talk about validators and all that stuff as well. There's a ton locked up. If we go on GoPulse and look at, actually that's validator map, really cool map. Around sitting at a cool, 44. Wow, that was a, what was it, 44? Did a bunch of validators exit? That's interesting, because you can see just yesterday, 48. Today, no, it says today 48,645. Why does it say 44,000 active? Did some of them go not active? Anybody got some information about validators? Chat, let me know. I don't know why it says 44 is just or it's just not showing up correctly right now for some reason. I was going to say if 44,000 exited, that would be that's a big number to exit. I haven't seen that many exits so far. But if you go to locked and you look at the validators, 124 million, 1.56 trillion worth of Pulse. That's where the value number comes from, and all the other protocols as well. But if you look at, where were we? Yeah, all different DEXs and protocols, and there's also a view of this that you can see if you go to stats and go over to liquidity. you could see around 800. I think this number was 800 million recently, sitting around there, and pretty cool. So actually, 842 is from GoPulse. DeFi Llama is showing 946. I wonder what else is it including. That's interesting as well. But yeah, getting pretty close. Maybe it's just, it's probably just including the DEXs. So this is just DEXs, and this is DEXs and loan protocols and stuff like that as well. Could be, lending, and this is including everything. So pretty cool. Again, by far and away, PulseX, the top one. You got the V1, V2, the burn, and the earn as far as fees and stuff go, which is actually, made a hyper burn for PulseX, for the buy and burn type of thing, where it's burning more of the fees, and especially burning more in the beginning, when it was good times right after launch. There was a lot of interesting things to happen. Kind of want to go back and be like, all the things that we saw then and now comparison to. So hugely awesome decks, and a lot of the great protocols that on the chain as well, doing there. We'll see what these numbers look like. Do we start getting close to 100 million for some of the other protocols as we move? If this is indeed the bull market, if in the next 3 to 6 months we do see a top, or the next 12 months, or whatever your guess is, it'd be interesting to see how the numbers move. But yeah, we got PulseX here. Again, the volume. Let's look at. Can we look at? I thought we had a volume piece here. We could look at PulseX and see the trades. So you can see since August we've been number go up. August, September, number go up, and you can see, just around, recently hit around 500K trades daily, and the volume too, pretty cool. So we're getting some great volume numbers. And we were trading for a while. It's like, man, volume is just volume sucks for a while. We were under 10K for a lot of these days. And where we bottom 7K, like in July, 7K, 5K in a day, 6K, or sorry, K, 6 million. And then, September had some spikes, and then look at this, just amazing, over 100 million. Some of these days trending towards it. Liquidity, again, maybe some of this is like prices go up too, probably as well. But just look at this. We've talked about the bridge, all that fun stuff. I mean, man, I just posted a video of the bullish conference. If you haven't seen the stream, by the way, it's really good stream. Highly recommend watching the bullish stream on the channel. So if you go this one, you're not bullish enough on PulseChain. Really, really good conversations in there. But we're just able to see some. I mean, do you need more stats? Do you need more information? Do you need more charts? I mean, what else could you possibly want to measure to see? And I don't know how you can look at this and not be bullish on the ecosystem. So very, very cool stuff. I'm going to talk to chat just a second, but just look at this, the TVL. I mean, number go up in so many different ways. So very, very cool. But let me get to the chat. Say hi to you all. Oi, Red Squirrel, good to see you, man. You're first today. UFO, good to see you, man. Good to see you as well. Hope you're doing well. Master Acquisition, how's it going? I just started a little bit later today. Glad I got to get in here. I'm tired. I've kind of been working out a little bit more, and trying to get those pectoral muscles in good shape, all that good stuff. Do those hex flexes or pulse flexes, or strengthen the mind and body for the preparation for that. Instead of, we got out of the gradual broke syndrome and ready for that sudden wealth syndrome and variants of that. That'd be pretty cool. So, sorry, is the chilliest guy in crypto? Sounds like a compliment. Appreciate that. I get high energy sometimes, but I do try to keep do to maintain my composure from time to time. I'll let you know when what I think about things as well. But yeah, I just really try to put more. I don't know. There's plenty of drama. There's plenty of negative stuff out there. There's plenty of like complaining and straw manning and all that stuff. I just don't want to do that. I want to have a unique brand. I want to do something different. Plenty of other channels, plenty of other places you can get all the stuff like that you want. I like to do things differently and in a pot and try to be a positive in that way. So we get technical here. We get high level here. We do a little bit of pretty much everything as far as that goes, but appreciate you all. Welcome, Francis. Fox Modder, how's it go? To the max. I like it. Francis. Being conservative, could you give a realistic price on PulseX? Francis, I do not give price predictions. Another thing I do not do on the channel, or I heavily avoid doing so. However, where was the comparison? There was like a comparison chart. I know the Pulse one came up recently. Let's see if we can find the PulseX. I don't know how to look for it. Probably got it somewhere. Comparison. This is not going to be good. Price. There's a chart that gives a bunch of different. Let's just look for media. A bunch of different comparisons for this. I'm not going to find it right now. However, I did do let's get to the channel for a second. Yeah, I was posting some videos, clipping some today. Lots more. I haven't went through that whole interview yet. Let me know. Again, yeah, don't have a realistic price expectation. Hopefully very, very much up. Hopefully maybe we'll start hearing some more 10,000x conversations and all that stuff, or just a lot of bullish 100x's. We'll start. Maybe we'll start with 100x. Maybe start getting some more influencer stuff in there. But maybe 1,000x. Then you'll start seeing like 10,000x thumbnails. That'd be cool. Throwback to the sack phase sentiment at least. Chat, let me know. Give me an answer on this again. I try not to tank these polls. What's the best DEX in crypto right now? Again, this is not an objective poll. I know a lot of my followers are gonna pick PulseX. You can feel free to pick anything you want, especially right now if you want me to click one. But yeah, give me an answer and we shall continue. I'll go down the chat, but I just want to bring up this poll, hopefully get some visibility in their ecosystem, especially people who are using other chains. But chat, give me an answer. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. I'm going to slow down. 3, 2. All somebody got to do is give me an answer in the chat. 1. Mexican lost in Asia. You win. PulseX, overwhelmingly, people voted in this poll. We still got a day left. Still got some time. But yeah, I like to do these. Talk about the, which one's more likely to do 100x. I think it's just good for visibility, good for like getting other communities to be like, oh, what's the one that got all these votes and stuff like that, and kind of see. I'm interested to see like who's actually viewing these, like who is it reaching. So actually, apparently it did reach some ThorChain people, some PancakeSwap, people like Uniswap, and all that stuff too. So yeah, I try different techniques to, again, do outreach and all that stuff too. Also, I've been doing polls like this. I really like to see if people are new to crypto, how many people start coming in. I think over time, I think it'd be interesting to measure that, if that's something you end up doing too. By the way, Validator stuff, this is a really good. I forgot that I collected all my previous threads and all this stuff. So if you're interested in Validator monthly earnings, there's a recent post on that, and that got me to comment and also put all this stuff up again on that piece. But yeah, pretty cool. Certainly hope to be the best DEX in crypto and for it to be very much not a question. if price go way up. Damien, what do you consider to be a good size bag of PulseX? I want to start DC and PulseX next step. I don't know. We're getting, again, protection territory. I try to avoid, giving any sort of advice or any sort of thing. I try to talk about maybe things that I do or what I've seen other people do or talk about. But I don't know. I think it's kind of like, some people do it by percentages. Like, how much of the richer ecosystem do you want in your portfolio? That could be a certain percent. It could be, 0 to 100. How much of each coin do you want? Oh, do you really think you're really bullish on PulseX? Is it undervalued? Like, is that a bigger percentage than Pulse or Hex and all those different pieces? So I think there's plenty of calculators, plenty of streams too, of people talking about at least Hex and stuff on this too, and especially before launch, during the SAC phases and all that stuff. A lot of commentary on that, but I don't know. Just to me, like a straightforward way of thinking about this is, what I would be thinking is, okay, what I think it's valued at. Do I think it's undervalued right now? What kind of excess do I think it's going to do? What kind of money do I want to make from that? How much capital do I have to deploy to that? What kind of opportunities am I going to lose if I take it away from other things? A few different places, a few different pieces of data to pull from. But feel free to ask ChatGPT as well. It'll help you do some of the math and it's getting really good these days. AI, super underrated. If you want to learn AI, by the way, go Real DeFi, click on AI. I did a whole week of different demos and introduction and how to do all these different things with AI. And it's, I said back then, it's probably going to get better from here. So feel free to check that out as well. Green Day, looking green. Oh, I love seeing Hex up too. So sorry, probably not the best, most fulfilling answer on that, but there's some different ways to calculate it. Also, universe for every action they go off. So reactionary stuff has been getting kept spelled for years and saying they will be action be. Yeah. But get some people on the same page being like, hey, this thing can make some money. They'll probably do less spitting and more, I don't know what's opposite of spitting, hugging. There you go. Be more positive and maybe a lot of people that you think that don't like PulseChain, don't like Richard, or don't like Hex or whatever it is, they see money, they may be like, maybe it's not so bad. Maybe I'll start getting into this stuff. So I think we've been onboarding, I imagine, again, it's hard to measure these things, but I imagine we've onboarded quite a lot of people since the green candles. We had a big pump in January. We've had, some of the last 30, 60 days or so now. And again, administration changed, so much stuff around the SEC looks a lot better. And again, I really appreciate thinking about nuclear herbs. Like, I'm so glad we have, someone who can give people, again, amongst the confusion, kind of, lay the ground truth on there and give us some ideas of how to think about these things. So it makes it much easier. So there's not all these constant unknowns. So like, there's a good chance that these things happen. So I like this timeline. I'll say that. I really like this. I am bullish on this timeline. I like it. A lot of cool macro stuff and a lot of great stuff going on for our ecosystem. Andre said here, bullish as F. There you go. Not even 1 billion liquidity in May. Just give me this. Billion. What that would be interesting. But it's like, what's the hardest thing to get 1 billion? And then after that, maybe, is it, how much harder is it to get 2 billion and 3 billion? If you go to chains, you can see currently we're ranked 14th. Again, so close to being 13th. Cores at 13, Polygon. Once we get past 1 billion, if we could just hit 2 billion, that's good enough for number 9. Who knows, about these two. These numbers may go up and down, but relatively speaking, could be pretty interesting. And once we get in the 3-4 billion territory, now we're looking at base. We're passing base. We're passing Bitcoin. We're passing, Arbitrum, all that stuff too. Could be cool. Block rewards. I've been getting a large bias, 5-10K PLS on the blocks. Nice, man. Nice. Yeah, validators go burr. I think interesting how the price and the fees and all that stuff add up too. So all the validators have very, very mad gains. Excited to see how that looks in the bull market as well. Appreciate that, Crypto Jake. Welcome. Don't fade the back X shots for a pulse folder. I like pull-ups. I like used to be more into squats and different stuff like that as well. But stretching I think is really good on the back. I think that's super good. But yeah, I mean, there's running, there's a lot of different pieces that can, depending on your goals and all that stuff. But I just I think I'd like to get in a little bit better shape and get that bull market body. Hashtag bull market body. There we go. Should be good. What's the word? PulseX going to a penny. Hey, so I think I ran the numbers on this before. A 10,000x from the all-time low PulseX, I think is 9 cents, around 9 cents. I think I did the math on that before. So a penny would be many, many X's. If you're looking for a 10,000x, again, check the math, but I think if I remember correctly, it's around 9 cents. If PulseX is 9 cents, what's Hex going to be? What's PulseChain going to be? What's Ink going to be? What's the ecosystem look like at that point? Pretty cool. Do you need special hardware to become validator? You do not need special hardware. But again, one of my favorite websites, gorealdefi.com. Click validators at the bottom. There's only about 79 videos on how to do this and talks about hardware. And if you click the more button, it'll give you this link, tinyurl.com/go-validate. If you put that in, that will take you to a blog post on my blog that talks about, gives you an intro to what validators are, the process, all that fun stuff. That's fun. PLS validator. And then, it talks about that. And then on the GitHub, where the actual code and stuff is, if you go there, it'll tell you, this talks about the script, and there's a hardware section, and talks about the minimum recommended requirements, all that stuff. But basically, you can check that out. Doesn't need to be special hardware. It can be. Doesn't need to be. It can be cloud. It can be home. There's all kinds of different ways of doing it. And like I said, that thread that is it still here? Yeah. If you go to this thread, this answers a lot of the questions. There's video format. I got tweet format. Security model. You look at security model. To my knowledge, that I don't think anyone else has came up with a both Ethereum and PulseChain validator security map, talking about what happens if about your seed words and how that stuff work. So to understand that, if you have any questions, some of it's straightforward. Coming from a background in tech, some of it's like, oh wow, that's like some of it I had to study pretty hard on to figure out, and over time and all that stuff too. But you can do cloud versus home. I mean, there's all kinds of nuance and fun stuff there. So you can check that out. Ink is so cheap to compare where it will end up in the near future. Ink at one point was $80, and right now it's $350. So do you think it, I don't know. Honestly, like when I hear people say $1,000 ink or hundreds of dollars ink, I don't think that's impossible. And I mean, if you look at the market cap, I understand 3 million right now. If people are really getting these farms, who knows what can happen? If you get people farming, you get people locking money up, you get people, let's see where my farm's at. Yeah, you get people earning money and not having a reason to leave or sell. You give people reasons to not do those things. Might be pretty cool. Might rhyme with glory, all that fun stuff. All right, gonna wrap up soon. I feel like I didn't cover as much PulseX stuff as I wanted to, but I mean, there's pretty cool stats. There's, I just want to Google for PulseX. Curious what comes up. I like to do this every once in a while just to see like the different news. I mean, news has been negative in a lot of different places too, but if you just Google for PulseX, I wonder. So CoinMarketCap, PulseX.com, Coinbase, Paprika. There's swag, yeah, like eBay or Amazon stuff. There's swag, different Hex merch and stuff too. Just curious. If you look at videos, what comes up? Yeah, Coffee's videos. Mostly, wow, almost entirely Coffee's videos. Shout out to Crypto Coffee. Puts into work, man. He is a great asset to this community. We appreciate. I appreciate Crypto Coffee. Just scrolling. I did a whole stream on like, what does it look like when you, search for these things and do research, like researching. I think I did one on Hex. I did one on PulseX. I did one on a few different ones, but pretty cool. Yeah, and this with Fox Monitor and no huge centralized exchange listings, at least. Yeah. Again, there's so many bullish. How many times can we say, what happens when the floodgates open? What happens when big influencers start talking about it? The ones that already know about it, but don't really have a reason to talk about it now, right? Like, I've said this before, like, let's give them a reason to talk about it. Let's give them some green candles. I'm not mad at all these big influencers for not talking about PulseChain, because what are they? I mean, yeah, they can talk about the pumps here and there, and that's what you see from time to time. You see we get mentioned from Ivan on Tech and stuff too, but there isn't some huge chart to sell their audience to. There's not a lot of ref links. There's not a lot of so let's, building out the community, building out the products. Like, once things start going well, again, it's that whole thing of like, oh, getting in early, there's all this risk. But if you see the price go way up, a lot of people may start coming in because it's already been proven they're okay with lower gains. They're following the crowds, the social aspect of it, all that stuff. I don't, why would that happen right now? Why wouldn't it build over time? Like, in my mind. So pretty cool. Lots of cool stuff. Michael Freeman asks, is alternative MetaMask and PulseChain? Yes, Fox Monitor answered this with Internet Money Wallet. There are different ones. Actually, if you go to app.pulsex, it lists. No, I thought it listed Internet Money before. I mean, if you go to, there's a thread. Go to this. So there's a thread that hopefully has a lot of great information in it now. Yeah. So this one, if you're looking to how to buy PulseChain, all that stuff, again, shout out to Block Hacked here. They actually asked a question on, so I talked about where to buy the Hex token, and that became like got a lot of data and ideas and stuff from people. And then he actually asked, like, what better ways to tell people that don't want to use the bridge at Coinbase and all that stuff. Like, oh, that's a great idea. Let me make a post about it. And then, this post got a ton of different views and all that stuff. Coffee's got a great one here. Ravi, Internet Money Wallet, that seem to be the two most popular alternatives. Again, ton of different places to buy here. Feel free to check it out. I'll just post the link in the chat, but tons of people going from, again, just do your research, figure out, which ones work for you or don't, all that stuff too. But ton of different on-ramps and all that stuff too. So good stuff. Gabriel Gallo, PulseX. PulseX, pretty cool. The DEX, the token, the ecosystem, all that fun stuff. So anyways, that's all I got for you today. You know what the rest of it is. Scivive and 5555. We are out.